Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Hoser.
I'm Robert.
Adam.
Thomas. And this is Keggercast. Ah! Alright, guys, so we have Thomas, Adam, and Robert from Epic 18 in the house today.
Woo!
So, guys, the first question that I've always wondered, where does the name come from?
One of the other members brought up Epic 11, and I thought just solely based on alliteration, and I thought that it would be 11's a feasible ska band size, so 18 would be way better.
And there was also movement of different people who possibly could be jamming out and playing with us. So if everybody who actually played with us at one point in time, including people before I even joined, then it could be possibly 18 people on stage.
When I first heard you guys, and that's when I first heard of you guys was when we went to go see you open up for the Tiki Bandits.
Yeah.
And I actually expected to see 18 people on stage.
One day. Actually, 27 is kind of the goal.
Yeah.
How did it start? How did you guys get together to make this band? Because seriously, I think you guys are one of the tightest sounding bands in the Valley.
Thank you, man. So the band started with a crack of a neck and a whip of a spine, as the song says. Now, so I've played music my whole life. I went to music school on the East Coast, and was a band nerd all through high school and stuff. And then after that, I got to travel around a little bit, which is where I met Tom. And we traveled around the country for a couple of years, three and a half, playing with Los Locos, which was a rockabilly band. And
Yeah, I actually saw you. I opened up for you when you were with
Strangers.
Strangers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
Yeah.
7 years ago now.
Yeah, in fact, Adam was my first attempt at interviewing, but also fucked up after the show. I couldn't.
So anyway, I wasn't playing music, and I was just kind of doing the family thing. I got 4 kids and stuff, pretty busy at home. But then one of my kids did a sumo wrestling jump off of the top bunk bed onto my back, and I was kind of incapacitated for a minute. And then so my wife finally made me go to the chiropractor. I go to this chiropractor, and he says, "Hey, I hear you're a musician." And I said, "Yeah, I've played a couple things." And he said, "Oh, I got a couple basses." And so I go over to his house, and we started hanging out a bunch. And that dude's one of my best friends now. He's helped change my life a whole bunch, a lot better perspective on things. But from there, we just started going through anyone we knew who played music. Decided we wanted to play some ska. Grabbed a couple of friends, and then he actually moved down from LA. He had his job going up there and had things going. And I was like, "We got things. We need you down here." My wife was finishing welding school, and we had our son's only 2 right now, so we needed someone to help with him. So he came down for that as well. But we figured this was an opportunity to kind of start doing this, and so now we are starting a band. We're working on a production company, and life's gonna start moving forward faster.
That's awesome. So is your chiropractor still your bassist?
Oh hell yeah!
Nice. All right. What's his name? Shout out.
Andrew Martino, Dr. Andrew Martino.
Nice.
Dude's a man, good chiropractor, great bassist.
So they strum your back like a bass?
Oh yes.
Or they slap with the thumb?
No, he plays upright these days.
He diddles.
He
Diddles, so no, that's my son.
You guys have opened up for like the Tiki Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other like big name bands that you guys have performed with?
Nothing big yet. Tiki Bandits is probably the most renowned, I would say. We've played with a few cool people already. The bands around here, Clandestino's been around for a long time. They got a name for themselves, and they're a lot of fun. La Cachimba, those guys around here. We've only been around for a year. It's making our it's making our name known right now. So we're at the point where we're starting to get to there. I'm friends with Viernes 13 up in LA. Yeah, they're pretty big up in LA, and I write a little bit of music with them and stuff. And we're gonna start working our way towards that as we get some more time. The problem is a couple of us are band teachers, and then like I said, bassist is a chiropractor, runs his own practice. So we don't. It's not every weekend. We're not starving to play all the time. We actually are having to tell people no because we only get to play when everyone's available.
So that's awesome. So you're actually in such high demand that you actually have to turn down shows now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But we try to bring down bands as well. We have a couple of different reggae bands that are coming down, a couple different ska bands that are going to be coming down in the next few months. We just had Azul Quetzal and the J-Tones from Fontana come down. Really fun show. If you guys like reggae, definitely check them out. I should be doing some collaboration with them in the coming months, year, hopefully.
That's awesome.
We invited Jerk from Las Vegas down.
I wanted to go see them, and that was a
Yeah, so that was a fun show.
Yeah.
All
Both,
in all.
both of those bands ended up staying at my house. Yeah. That was pretty fun.
Very
Good time
proud
with
of
those guys. Yeah. Last minute. Oh, we don't have a place to stay.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, classic on the road living.
Yeah, you brought it up. I know that right now you guys are like the main organizers of a lot of events going on in Tangmore, right?
Yeah, like we mentioned,
so this guy.
we're running a production company now. We're trying to put on events for the community and really trying to make them local and free events. So we're looking for sponsors, we're looking for promotion, we're looking for any way to help and build a community for the community. So if there's any outlets, if there's anybody interested in building something together, that's what we're here for. Epic 18, entertaining people in our community, 2018.
Yeah,
know?
when I first thought that when I first saw that you named that for this year, I was thinking, wait, did they actually name themselves back 2015 or whatever, planning for 2018?
No, that was the only way I was allowed to make the game work.
He had this thing about acronyms, and none of them looked right to me, and I was constantly complaining about them because I'm kind of picky at some things sometimes. And that was the only one that actually, because he did most of the work. I just kind of criticized him for everything. And that was the only one that I did not say anything about because like some of the words sounded right, and it was exactly what the whole thing was supposed to be done. Like it's entertaining people in the community.
Yeah.
It's also entertaining people because like these people are entertaining.
Yeah.
And there's also entertaining
yeah.
the people that are coming to watch because you don't normally get this kind of production on a regular basis in the valley.
Yeah.
Musically, art-wise, just a bunch of every single,
Yeah, the
any
art's
possible
there.
way, comedy, obviously, like it's all booming now, and we're just trying to continue the acknowledgement and noticeability for everybody who wants to show what they have.
As a kid, I never knew the artwork that exists down here does, and I've been slowly seeing more and more of it and learning more. But then all of a sudden, he says, "Hey, we need artists." Boom!
Yeah.
We have a whole friggin' brewery full of art. It's all bad.
Live art, and that's the
Yeah, when they're doing
beautiful
that.
thing. Live art, and all the artists are just getting down on what they love, and
Yeah, there's a lot of talent hidden down here. And
You know what,
hopefully it's just gonna boom from now on.
And I noticed that like there was a change like as far as the arts in the valley. Not only the entertainment, just the arts in general. Like I would say like 2 years ago when I noticed it, when Brawley had the Brawley First Fridays, El Central had their nights on Main Street, and now Collective caught up with the Border Walk. And it's awesome that the 3 major cities in the valley are actually putting out venues and avenues for artists, not just musicians, which music's always been popular here.
Right.
But now they have for artists, and even I got to perform at Nights on Main Street. So even comedy, and that's when
booming. Yeah, that's starting to
yeah,
open up a bunch.
and that's when I first saw Nights on Main Street like 2 years ago. That's when I first saw the artists doing live art on the streets. I go, holy shit, that's fucking awesome! I used to see that like in LA and San Diego, but it's nice to see it here for once.
Exactly. And it's also a way for everyone to kind of piggyback each other. Like everybody can kind of be featured in the same kind of concepts.
Not
and
just that.
events and
we all build forward together. It's not somebody stepping on somebody's toes. We're here for each other. We support one another. That's why we
Everyone
started
getting to
this.
benefit from each other.
Yeah. And we make this known. We have a scene for you. What else is here? There's nothing around us for what, an hour
Yeah.
almost? Oh, unless you want to go across the border. But how many people want to do that right now? We're just there yesterday.
This morning.
This morning.
That's where this
Oh.
came from.
You're gonna have to beer soon too.
Oh yeah. We'll bring that out in a
just wait.
second. Yeah, we'll wait till we're ready. That's pretty tasty.
But yeah, no, and the nearest, because Yuma has like a decent art scene too.
Mad love to the Ailments
Oh yeah.
and Multiple Arms Production. Gonna be out there January 26th with the Coffin Cats.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
not bad.
hopefully we'll.
Oh, Little Woods Art Co-op. Stephanie and Leah, great people.
Yeah,
Great
so,
people.
yeah, and that's why I noticed like there's a lot of stuff in Yuma.
Well, and they're-
Yuma's
we're
treated us
making-
very well. Like just as a support, like people want to listen to what you're playing, and they not necessarily might not be their music style, but they're gonna let you enjoy what you're doing if it's proficient enough.
I had a ska band in high school. I had a ska band in college, and then I played rockabilly all through here. And then I played rockabilly in Europe a little bit with the band. I got to go tour with them.
That's really
And fucking, I play a ska show to people who have never heard of us, have no fucking clue who we are, in some scummy bar, and they were friggin' skank circling like 3 songs.
Nice.
It was the only place I have seen that happen, where they just want to party, man. They just want to have a good time.
It feels great.
Yeah, no, there's some
They-
love there.
they
I
treat
like
us
that
well.
place. We have it here, you know, we play, people appreciate the music, we have a good time, but nobody's getting out and putting their own energy into it. It's all, okay, we appreciate you from this spot in
Yeah.
our city.
No, and that's one thing that I've always had trouble here. Because I've been doing comedy for like,
show.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I feel so
man.
bad for you
for like
guys.
7 years now.
You guys are fucking amazing, and then all of a sudden, that's the punchline, people.
They're just talking
They're too
over
busy.
me.
They're too busy talking
Right
about
there!
Yeah.
Yolanda from work and
No, but
shit.
I
Like,
think I've been there for 7 years, and I've put on 2 shows, investing my own time and money into it,
Right.
and both of those shows, I lost money on it because and the thing is I think the main problem is people don't like sponsoring. You know, a lot of businesses are afraid to sponsor. They don't want to use money.
The way we're avoiding that is by building it slowly without spending money. So, Pentagonal had this empty room.
Yeah.
You know, like they had their nights that were good, nights on Main Street. I think this is what the nights in Imperial
market nights.
Market nights, whatever, yeah,
Farmers
yeah.
Market.
Whatever they're called. They're always packed when that happens. You know, they're always
Yeah.
going crazy when that, and then they have their other times. But before that, I guess they had this day was dead, next day was dead, next day was dead, next day was dead. Okay, we got a few people, and then we met them, and it was right before the summers. Hey, we're gonna play here. Let me get my stuff together. We're gonna do this, and then we kept talking to them and hanging out with them, and they were talking about their numbers and this and that. And then all of a sudden, and down here, as soon as it cools down, everyone spends a little more money. But we threw a couple shows, or no, we threw one show, and I guess the second we threw a show, while we were playing, someone said, "Hey, we want to play tomorrow," and then it opened up this whole avenue for them to be able to do that. And so we're not spending any money. We're helping them, like, say, "Hey, you see where this is good for your business. You see where this is good for the community," which is what you guys are about. And then it opens up from there. Then it's like, hey, well, now we're working together. Okay, now let's make you guys some money. Now let's make us some money. You know what I mean? It's a slow process. We don't have a bunch of dollars to throw into crap. We throw the money we have into sound equipment for the most part these days. But it's finding. You have a talent. Okay, there's a space that is lacking talent. That if that talent was there, would make more money.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing they're missing is a talent. Like, they have a spot, they have food, they have this. There needs someone there to draw on other people that wouldn't be here just for the food. And Pentagonal saw that, and they said, hey, do what you guys need to do. We'll help. And at first, every other band goes up and we talk to people, like, oh, we need this money. You can't pay us that? Nope, sorry. It's like, well, what have you proven to show us you're worth that? So the first thing we said, they asked us, how much money do you need? Said, let's see what we can do the first time. If it's worth something to you and you guys have anything extra at the end of the night, throw it at us, And then we build it from there, and you can't walk in saying, I'm worth this much. Why the fuck are you worth that much? Who says that?
Yeah. No, and you know what? And I think
It's a hard thing.
Like now, within the last couple of years, like we were talking earlier, I think now is the time that these bars and places that want people to show up, are saying, hey, yeah, we can get people here. We put on these shows. Because in 2012, the first time I tried to put on my comedy show, I went to the bowling alley. It was still owned by Brunswick at the time. I wanted to put on. I thought this is a perfect location for a comedy show.
Space bar.
I go, yeah, and then people who just go to bowl might say, hey, there's a comedy show. Let's go. Let's
Step in for a few minutes.
So yeah, and I spoke to the manager, and her response was, well, what do we get out of it?
Extra customers.
Yeah, I was well, you would keep whatever people consume, the beer, the food, and I would keep the ticket sales. And she goes, yeah, but I don't think, why are we going to get? We get the people are consuming anyway. What are we going to get? Yeah. No, you get more people consuming.
Yeah.
No
People
people.
that have comedy here.
People that are not coming to bowl. They do not like your
Or
pizza,
people who
but
may not have
they're
been
here,
there
so
that
they're
now
gonna
they're
eat
like,
it.
oh, I had a great time. I'm gonna go there now.
But I guess there's a reason that they're no longer owning it.
Well,
Pulling out.
That place did disappear for a while.
Yeah, we haven't talked to them yet. That's another place we need to get involved with.
Oh yeah. I know the guy that in charge of the entertainment there. That's why we were able to do that one comedy show there.
Nice.
The Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I had Arnold Tovar, the guy in charge there.
Okay.
Props to Arnold.
Good man. Good man. Making things happen.
Maybe talking.
You ready for?
Very soon.
Yeah, no, you got Gerardo. These guys, you got here at Beck 18.
Oh.
So you're the saxophone player and singer.
Uh-huh.
Your drummer, Robert. Your drummer. Tell me, what do you play in that?
Do I play in the band?
You
Tom
play-
doesn't play music.
Oh,
No.
you're the manager.
He comes and sings with us
Oh,
once in a
yeah.
while for fun.
Yeah. He'll sing a couple songs if we force him to.
But nah, he's the one that keeps us moving.
I don't do anything, man. I
Yeah.
sit there. I watch. I get to be
So he drinks
entertained.
beer.
So you're their promoter, their manager. What do you call yourself?
Tom? What do you guys say when people have to talk?
Yeah, no.
Talk to Tom.
Just deal with Tom.
This guy likes talking. I don't want to talk.
We don't want to deal with it.
Here's Tom.
Oh, you want to deal with money? Yeah, you want to talk to that guy. Oh, you want to deal with when you want us to be somewhere? No. Talk to
Yeah.
that guy.
This
Yeah,
guy
I agree with
says-
everything you're saying, but
Yeah.
talk to this guy.
They say everybody needs a Tom in their life. They
No,
got
that's
one
fine.
at least.
Yeah, you know,
In some shape.
actually, my days were happier when I had Tom from MySpace on my.
Yeah, right? Back when he was everybody's friend.
What MySpace was
Some-
now?
some-
my
And then he
some-
closed my account because I didn't use it for like 6 years. And
He was
then
always
now we're
on
not
there.
friends anymore.
Home strong.
You never
So I
unfriended
miss
me.
you, Tom.
I miss you,
Let me
Tom.
get back to my profile. There was some good music on there.
Speaking of social media, does Epic 18 have like YouTube and
Talk to
Instagram, SoundCloud, whatever?
Actually, Epic 18 is featured on Pandora, Spotify, iTunes. We are on Bandcamp and SoundCloud. But we're trying to build something. We're trying to make the Imperial Valley known for music and just building a hub for the arts here. So
You can email me all your links and stuff too, and
Oh,
I'll put it on.
it'll be featured on something in
You'll see
text.
right here. That's where you're gonna see it. And if he doesn't put it right there, it's gonna be even better if it's over here.
Or
maybe-
right here. I like it right here though. Maybe.
But right
no.
here.
No. Oh, on the beer. On the beer. Not that.
How much?
That's a
how
good
much
beer.
special effects
Right
do you
here.
have?
Just right here.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Right there. Right there too.
All of this is just gonna get cut.
Unfortunately, I record on my phone.
Don't
I got plenty of footage down there too. We're
And,
good.
and,
We're good.
and my all my editing equipment is online for free.
So it's probably gonna be like here.
It's gonna be like this.
So you like it, a Rolling Rock, huh?
Yeah.
Sponsored by Rolling Rock.
I wish.
Hopefully.
We accept sponsorships, Rolling Rock.
It's like Pabst rival.
Yeah.
Pabst.
We ain't rockabilly right now. We just have a upright, a
Hey.
double bass.
And a
The,
microphone.
the fact that we drink Rolling Rock shows you our budget here at Keggercast.
It's more filling.
Well, why don't we get to that now? The story behind the.
Oh, the
Mask.
goofy getup,
I'm the green blazy.
the green lazy. That's nice. I don't really have a name. We're just getting ready for Comic
We're
Con.
mediocre superheroes. So we're mediocre heroes. We take care of the problems that the superheroes are too occupied doing real important things. So we pick up the trash for them, essentially. So our biggest guy is, so far, is divided by zero. He's just kind of an annoyance for everybody. He'll untune strings, steal drumsticks.
Steals your keys.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that. He'll trip you sometimes in the dark corners. And, yeah.
I like put the remote on the other side of the couch.
We named an album
So, like,
after him.
You can't. You gotta get up to go get it.
Epic 18 here to save the Imperial Valley from boredom.
Yeah,
Yes.
and mild annoyances.
We left, but we
Mild.
came back.
But yeah, and then the first Imperial Valley Comic Con
Yeah.
is happening on the 27th.
Unfortunately, it's on the same weekend as.
Well,
Chuck
unfortunately, we just have that many up that.
Oh,
We're
also-
playing in both of them.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're
You guys are
making
headlining the first night? Oh, you guys headlining or
Second
night.
Second night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna be playing Comic-Con at like 7 p.m. on Saturday, and then playing Chuck Fest at 10 p.m. or something like that. 11. Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
So it should be pretty interesting.
Chuck Fest is a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that they're
So everybody
doing it right.
wins.
Yeah. Oh, also, Pentagonal will be the host of the first Comic-Con after party as well.
Where Chuck Fest is located.
And music, beer, and comic nerds.
For only $5.
Come on. Everyone's happy.
And it'll be the first time you don't have to stare at my face because I'll have this beautiful thing on.
And I might make you stare at mine out of sight.
That's how it is. So we put on the mask, we take it off.
One show it matters. That's where I'm going to be my normal self.
So if you want to see what he really looks like, you got to show up at Chuck Fest.
We'll see. I might still be a
Comic-Con, who knows?
superhero. Yeah.
Who knows?
Why not both?
I like to surprise people sometimes.
Chuck Fest is cheaper.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's
Yeah.
possible.
We're working with everybody. We're trying to build everybody. I would love to see more work
If
together.
it was a different day, I
Yeah.
would definitely show
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, sometimes things happen.
That's
Where is it?
It's going to be at
Comic-Con.
Ricochet.
Oh, Ricochet.
Ricochet, and they're going to be working from 10 o'clock till about 7.
So are all of you from, or is it like you're based in Imperial? Is that how you guys hooked up with Pentagonal?
yeah. We live down the street.
Yeah, we originally were rehearsing in Imperial a lot, so we kind of just gradually go to the local watering hole.
But Imperial sound ordinances are such that you cannot have a loud conversation at the edge of a property line
Yeah, but 10 decibels.
at any time during the day.
Wow.
The way they made it sound.
Less than
logically.
Bennigan's.
Yeah. The number they gave for the decibels is like
There
this.
shall be no shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
Good thing we're.
Is that why you guys are talking so low?
Yeah,
we know.
They just do it.
Man,
just-
I'm like, I can't hear you!
No, but yeah. So we got kicked out of Imperial, but through letter from city.
So do cops go around with decibel meters or something?
That was what I said. That
So
was my question.
we were at the
How
point
they
where
know?
we're gonna get bright decimal meters and put them up at the fucking corner of the fence and shit, and see like, yep, 12. Come
got
and get me at
pictures.
12.
I
We're
got
2 over,
pictures.
all right. But they don't actually have a
ask
number.
for the radar.
They don't have a number written down. It's basically if someone complains,
Yes.
you lose.
It's called the Epic 18 law.
Someone's hearing aid
Epic
might
law.
be too high,
You know.
and
Yeah.
you're not gonna have much fun anymore.
And so yeah, we moved from Imperial, and then we're in Brawley at the moment. And in Brawley,
Rehearsing.
they seem to not give a shit.
Yeah.
We play really
So
loud.
thanks, probably.
Yeah.
Chamber of Commerce. Opposite.
And we're actually closer to than the house that complained about us right now. Like to another house, we're far closer, like way freaking closer. And you know what they do? They wave at us when we're outside. You know, buddy Jesus it up. And then,
That's funny.
yeah. No, I don't know what it is. Imperial, dude. I have no idea. Something different.
Yeah, no, I don't know which city you're, but I know are stricter. But I have heard that the Imperial is really strict about just about everything.
You gotta look pretty, you gotta sound pretty, and don't do
If you're
anything
ugly
out of
or
line.
Like, if you're
Or
Kenny
you
G,
might get
might
killed by the
be-
cops
I couldn't
if
work
it's
out
the
my
wrong
own.
time.
Now the masks make a little more sense.
Oh yeah, we have to make
Yeah.
something work.
If I don't wear this in Imperial, I might get killed.
Yeah. Although they're slightly improving, it seems.
Yeah.
They've been nice to us.
They haven't made it 3 years without killing someone. I mean, I wish I was joking. Yeah.
One of the smallest cities in the valley.
And yet, every 3 years or so, they beat someone or suffocate someone.
Yeah. I think that's like the only city that's been like on those cop beating videos.
Where they chase them down.
Get over it!
Stop resisting.
You saw me, swung at me.
We like covers that you haven't heard, so you don't know that they're covers.
You've probably heard more
and you
covers
might
from
think
us,
we're
yeah.
better than we are. But who knows?
But we try to play obscure covers when we do, and then we try. So most of the time we try not to, but lately we've actually been trying to throw some stuff on. We've been talking a lot about throwing songs in that aren't ska, and trying to get more stuff that's just really weird and random, and making it ska. We did it. I really like Logan, the trumpet player. He did an arrangement of Arabella by Arctic Monkeys,
Oh.
which I'm not even.
I haven't heard the song.
I've never even heard these guys.
I've
I
heard
know
of
that
them.
I know the
Great
song
song.
and I've
I
heard
like
the
those
name.
guys.
but as
Yeah,
far as
no.
I
And it was funny. The bassist, his daughter's 16, and she's super into it. And that's how like he hears it in the car when he takes her around. They live in San Diego, but so he heard it. He's like, you know what, we should cover this song because kids like it. That was his thought process on it. And then we all hear it, we're like, yeah, it's a fucking good song. And now the cover we play, like I think it's badass. It's like a good version of it. Not and I don't know. So we're trying to find stuff like that to do.
I can't remember which cover it was that I heard you guys play, but I do remember that it did sound. You guys made it your own basically, and to me that I wish, like those tribute bands, they're cool type, but so that I would wish that they wouldn't be tribute bands, they'd be like cover bands and just make it their own and
So this is my mentality, man. I'm I went to school for saxophone and I'm kind of a jazz head. That's what I'm into, play bebop and shit. And back in the day, everyone played everyone's music. If it was top
The jazz
40,
way.
like this top 40 chart that we have,
Yeah.
didn't exist in the jazz world, right? So if it was top 40, if that chart existed, anything on that top 40, you were fucking expected to be able to play and play it well, make it sound good. And yeah, maybe it didn't sound like Benny Goodman was playing the clarinet, but it sounded like someone knew what they were doing, and it had that style and that feel about it. And if you didn't, like exactly, I can't play that song exactly like that, you stole the chord progression, and you wrote a new melody, and you made it your own damn song. That was the
That's
rule,
music,
and
yeah.
everybody loved it, and that was kind of the fight. It was like, yours is better than mine, mine's better than yours, I'm getting more sales than you, this or that. And there's something about that got lost where people,
yeah.
and then I'm trying to, like, some of the songs I've been stealing chord progressions, small jazz tunes. I've been trying to do that for the not because I need to, but because I think there's something about it that helps draw people in and helps people recognize, you got like, there's life is cyclical, it's where
Yeah,
you
yeah.
came from. And so there's gonna, no matter what music you hear, there's gonna be something that's old about it, something that's new about it. And I don't know. So we're trying to get more into that kind of thing, but music has changed quite a bit these days from everyone sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no
That's
one
the
wants to
thing.
share anymore.
Yeah, the whole Napster thing, I think ruined.
That kind of started it probably.
Yeah.
But we're going to be working with Azul and her band. So
Yeah.
we're looking to start
Well,
that again and really
And
get
every time we play with Clandestino, we play with, I play
A lot
with
of
bands,
collaboration there.
We
Social Criminals, you guys help support too.
yeah, Logan did that. I sucked. I bailed on that.
Nobody wants me to play with them.
He's a drummer.
Everyone's got drummers.
Doesn't.
Do you need a drummer who's got like 6 extra toms?
That guy.
So you guys played in another band before Epic?
Oh, us back in the day.
Yeah, I met this guy when I was like, I've always known about him because I was in the music program at Central, and I actually started hanging out with him when I was probably like 16, maybe 17, because when he was still in college, he'd come back and visit, and he had his old friend that I used to hang out with, and me and him started jamming, and then he came back and visit, so we had like a band for a few months, and then he had to do his thing, come back and forth, so we'd jam out whenever he'd be in town, and yeah, that happened for a while, and then we got adapted into a band that he was doing in LA.
But I took a college band from Boston to LA called Johnny versus the Ninjas. It was a ska band. And we moved to LA trying to get things going. And the drummer had some problems with stuff, so I ended up dragging up him to do that. And then we wanted another guitarist, so I dragged Gerber up. And we all were in Pasadena there together. And then that band, the guys that came from Boston, they ended up moving back home to their families and stuff because we didn't get things going in like a week.
At the time they wanted it.
Yeah. It was pretty ridiculous. But anyway, we ended up moving together and just keeping that going in East Los Angeles for a few months. Then it just kind of got crazy.
Yeah.
Life separated.
Yeah. Then randomly, like, he moved back, I moved back, and a mutual friend of ours kind of got us into contact. That's how
Yeah,
got
I didn't even
into
know he
this
was
band.
around. We were
Yeah.
trying to find a drummer. That's funny. Yeah. I called the 2 drummers that I know were around, and like guys I play with. No, I'm busy. I'm busy. And then one of the other guys who I knew he bounces around a lot. A buddy of ours, Young Happy. I bugged him. He's like, you should probably just call Robert. I said, Robert? What's Robert doing? And then the next day, and since then, Robert and I've been hanging out again.
Yep.
So how long has Epic 18 actually been together?
A little over a year.
A year and a half.
Oh.
Probably too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, that's surprising me because like I said, you guys are one of the tightest sounding bands I've heard here locally.
Man, the first band I put together, I was 12 years old. Called ourselves Goo. And we played fucking dang, 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 you know, the same song, Lulu I. We didn't play it, I think we were playing Wild Thing. Same stuff.
I had a band called Obsolete, then we found out another band name was Obsolete, so we changed it, and we never had another name, but we never played shows, so it never really mattered.
But then
When I was about
I had a thing once, you know.
But then I went through high school and sat around in high school playing music and learning different instruments and writing music and trying to write for the jazz band that I was in. Mrs. Baker was really cool. She did nothing but support and help me. I love that one.
Ivy Chicks.
Mama number 2 for me. But
the only two groups of opinion ever mattered to me, essentially.
but she hooked it up with like she just let me. She did not ever tell me slow down. She did not ever tell me stop. She said, "Freaking, you want to learn shit? Here's a book. I'll tell you what I know." And oh, here's an instrument. Oh, here's 4 broken instruments. Make a good one out of it. And so I learned how to fix instruments there, and I fixed instruments for the school district I work for and everything. And then from there, I just kept going, man. I went to college. I went to Berklee School of Music in Boston, and I got over there, and everybody had the way of doing things, and I was like, yeah, I like punk rock though. Like, why can't we play jazz and punk rock? And so I started my own bands and found random people that wanted to play ska and stuff and change it up a little bit, and then drag those guys over here, and I've just, that's all I've done my whole life is start bands and push bands and start bands and push bands, and then I met this guy, and he
Quit bands.
and quit bands. That also happens. And I met this guy, and he let me focus on the part that I know, focus on the part that I love, focus on the part that makes sense to me, while he took care of the part that doesn't make any sense to me, you know? I've never been good with telling you, like, hey, this is how much I'm worth. Give me this much money so I can dazzle your brain. You know, it's the same thing you're doing. You're just talking to people at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, how do you say, me talking to you is worth this much money because you're going to laugh?
Yeah, in fact, one of my comedian buddies, he tried to set up something with a real estate agency, and then they asked him, okay, yeah, well, they were interested. They go, so how much are we looking at? And then that's when my buddy froze. He was like, he didn't even think about it. You know, that never occurred to him.
It's not
asking for money.
And so it helps when you're not selling yourself. When he gets to go and say, hey, I'm behind. You see that individual standing over there? You see what he's doing? I'm pushing him. What do you think he's worth? It makes it a lot easier. And so he got to sell me while selling himself, and like as a product, and it helped us get across the states and stuff. And then
We had sponsors, Gorn Brothers, Mad Love to Mariana.
Oh yeah.
Dylan, you know.
One day, Mariana, we will do some yoga.
Oh yeah, we're
The
gonna bring
first
you down.
person who gave me the idea of marketing a talent or a passion that I enjoyed doing was a girl I used to play with actually in LA after my time playing with him before I came back. Her name's Grizel Ramirez, who's actually an amazing solo artist as well. If you're in the LA or Long Beach area, look her up. If she's playing shows, she's really awesome.
Okay.
Grizel Ramirez. We used to be in a group called Grizz and Rob. She plays acoustic guitar and sings. I just played my big ass drum set compared to the music we're playing, but it was a really good time. And it was. She's the one who said, "All right, like you're good at what you're doing. Why not get paid for something and not have to go to the job you hate to go to?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not work if you enjoy what you're doing, and if people receive it well, then you're doing it right.
Yeah, that's awesome, right? Because that's what a lot of people don't see or whatever. Even not just musicians, but I think like the people that might support them, like parents or whatever. You can be a successful musician and make a living being a successful musician without being famous. You know?
Oh yeah.
You just find the venues. You could be a house band at somewhere, and you can make a living off it.
Wedding management guys.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been doing bands my whole life and writing music. I love to write. I've been writing since I was a little kid, and then so the band we have, this guy, you can hear he's got some experience. He got to go play in LA. I dragged him around a little bit, and then he went and took off and did his own thing, and just figured out, what it meant to play drums for him. Our bassist is 52, and so he's like been jamming out. And the person he played with the most was his brother. But they were just jamming on all the Stone stuff they liked, and
As a musician.
Yeah, and just he likes the most. he always shows me songs I've never heard of that are the
Ooh,
best.
ooh, yeah,
Don't
he's really,
text.
he's really good at that.
If, hold on, real quick. I've not looked at you much, camera. If you do not know Joe Tex and Ain't Gonna Bump No More, that is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life. Just heard it 2 days ago. Joe Tex, Ain't Gonna Bump No More, because you already heard me once. Yeah, no, so drummer knows what he's doing. Andrew, bassist, has been like grooving forever. He doesn't know all the words behind everything like a couple of the other ones of us do, but he freaking just grooves like a motherfucker.
Trumpet player.
Trumpet player's a band teacher. I'm a band teacher.
French horn player.
Wait. Oh yes.
Yeah, trumpet
He
player's
plays
actually
trumpet in the
French horn.
band, but he's an master of
Oh,
French
and then we have
horn.
a guitarist.
And then the guitarist,
Yeah.
he's a little kid. But,
He's 12, I think.
maybe 14.
Maybe 14. He can drink beer,
But basically,
Don't ask for his ID.
he asked me if he should go to college. He's like, you know, should I go to college? Because he had to go play guitar, you know, like go to music school. And I said, why do you want someone to tell you that you're already doing what they're going to teach you? Like, there's people who need someone to give them direction. There's people who need a piece of paper, and there's people who need to go get their shit done. And our guitarist happens to be one of those people.
Social media is not as important to us. We do market on there, we do brand on there, but what is important? You know, word of mouth and face value.
Yeah.
There aren't many bands, there aren't many people who are going to say, hey, I can offer you something and you can offer me something. Let's work together. Okay, we've worked together once. Let's build on something else. And then say, hey, we have something here. Come visit us. And then we can go over there and offer you something so much greater. You know, we do something that is not the norm.
Yeah.
And I know the Imperial Valley. And I've never lived here. I live here now.
It's very easy to understand.
Yes, but I want to put events together. I want to build and harness what is already here. There's no reason to build communities together. Yes, the Imperial Valley might be lazy. Yes, communities might not work together. Yes, we might have these limits, but why let that be a factor? No's are an issue. Don't let them be an issue. Make it a possibility. What is possible? We can do this. We can work together. We can make events happen day in, day out. We have a community. We have people. It's not like it's a desert.
Yeah.
It's not like it's
Well,
a barren wasteland.
technically we are, but-
well, sorry. It's not like it's a barren desert. Not like it's a ghost town. You know, there are people here. There's a reason why this community has succeeded for so many years. There's a reason why people settled here,
It's growing, see.
Yeah.
and it's growing. And if it's not with music, if it's not with art, if it's not with beer, it's going to be with something else. And why not make it a creative culture, a creative collaboration of people in the community, in what has already been founded?
Yeah, no, I agree. And going back to what we were talking about earlier about all these venues now and outlets that people have for music and that, all the arts.
Yeah.
This definitely did not exist when I was your guys' age.
5 years ago, when Adam and I were in Los Lobos Locos, we were the first ones who were, hey, we want to do this. Can you make this happen? Ernie, Mad Love to Strangers Bar,
Yes,
Mad Love to
crazy.
Strangers West, they made things happen for us. And it starts with the Art Foundation, Chopping Block, Sloppy Joe's out in Holtville. You know, there are people here that make things happen for a reason. And why are they succeeding? Because they were the forefront. They were the ones that were making it happen. Let's keep building. Let's keep working. My quote, my thing is build forward together.
And you know what? You guys are definitely doing this with along with Pentagonal and all these events.
Pentagonal?
They opened their doors to us.
Pentagonal, we accept sponsorships.
Yeah.
Keggercast accepts all
We
sponsorships.
welcome the beer.
Hashtag bring back affogato. I have some vanilla beans.
Oh, if you need them, we might have a couple.
Maybe we know a guy.
No,
Hold on. Are you ready for Paul Silvano to take care of you?
What's Paul Silvano?
What is this one?
That has to be the next question.
I don't know. Just gotta ask you something.
Yeah, that's all you have to know.
So, going back to your, entertain people in the community, what events do you have coming up for?
Oh
this
man,
year?
so last night we had Epic Game Night where we do a collaboration of different games and different consoles. This month is going to be featuring Mario Kart 64 on Wednesdays. Not my event, but we do have trivia night at Pentagonal. Thursdays, karaoke, open mic stand-up, open mic, or epic mic night,
Epic Night Night.
featuring local bands in the valley. We have a venue for you, let me know. get your act featured, and we can start
Or
working
not
on
just
something
bands
together.
specifically. It can be anybody.
Oh.
Anybody who needs to stand up in front of somebody
Yeah.
and do something, say
Let it-
something.
Poets,
Poetry,
express
yeah.
everything. We want the arts to be featured.
You got
If you have
something to
live
say.
arts,
Just go ahead and do it.
he has something to say. I'm
You
sorry.
got something to put on a wall that you want people to look at, say something about yourself, go ahead and do it.
We had Black Vomit there, and that's a collaboration group, and nobody else wants to hear that. Nobody else is going to feature
I
that.
enjoyed it.
But him and I were looking at, did you like that? I love that. Did you hear that noise? There's something to that noise. You know,
There's some love behind it.
and I love Pentagonal for it. They're allowing us to do more than what is expected of the Valley. They are giving us that
props
outlet.
to Pentagonal.
Always, and they gave us that outlet. They've given us that opportunity, and we're looking to expand on that. We're looking to grow with the community,
Build and build.
building forward together.
No, that's awesome. And you guys are, like I said, you guys are doing a great job helping promote local bands and the arts. And that, you know, that's something that we tried to start when we did the Chuck Fest. You know, we started
Yes.
4 years ago. We want to promote local bands, and it's grown because the first year we only had 10 bands lined up. You know, 5 one day and 5 the next, and now we're 26 bands.
We
Billboard.
saw your
Yeah.
billboard. Right? Wait.
Oh, damn!
That's awesome. So it's working.
yeah.
You got my
It's very noticeable.
I was driving too. I was like, oh no, maybe we shouldn't be doing
Yeah,
this.
no, we talk a lot about how things are done in this valley and how we've seen them done other places. We've gotten the opportunity to work with people in LA and Kansas City,
Yeah.
Chicago, wherever we've been, and people down here, they don't. They're like, everyone's got a good idea. No one wants to like go and put the footwork in. Say, yeah, it's hot outside. Oh, I gotta drive all the way to El Centro. I gotta drive all the way to Calexico.
They're gonna say no anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's
They
gonna
don't
be-
sponsor events.
It's gonna be
They don't sponsor
expensive.
things.
No, it's there's always an excuse down here, man, and you hear it from everyone, and we're just the only reason we're getting crap done is we're willing to just get off our ass and get it
Don't
done.
make no a possibility.
And we were so happy to see the Chuck Fest, that freaking billboard up, like that's huge. It's little stupid shit like that all of a sudden that billboard is on the biggest street that exists in the Imperial Valley, right next to the freaking most place that everyone goes other than
Most
maybe
traffic.
the mall.
Yeah.
It's either Walmart or the mall. You know, where are you gonna go in life? And
Because you only have one
you
destination.
got a couple of choices.
Yeah,
No, but I'm being serious.
No,
like,
seriously.
how many
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are gonna see that
And then
shit?
community Sunday mornings at Walmart, you have to be dressed up.
There's the
It's like you're living in the South. Oh my.
Oh, man.
I've been to Little Rock.
Don't get me started. Yeah, it's crazy around here. Man.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Parents at schools crack me up. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. Especially man,
Oh.
we can get so kick it after this, but
Yeah.
I think we have enough.
Wrap it
And,
up.
Oh, yeah.
I want my phone to die on me.
Oh, so yes.
So,
We ramble. I
but-
apologize.
no, great stuff. I think this is like great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Shut up, bitch.
Thanks.
I think it was a good show. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming on.